So, one of two things can happen when we're in transition. We can either go, and the inner victim can rise and say, why is this happening to me? This is because of this, what happened in my past. This is what happened my mother did. This is what my father did. This is who betrayed me, right? And we can also go to, this is here to teach me something. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to surrender, but I'm also going to take action. And I'm going to build my trust in myself, build my trust in my inner connection, my intuition, my surrender, my connection to the divine. And I'm going to figure out how I can upgrade from within. Now, both can reside. We can start with the victim, honor it. We've all got a victim within us. We've all had hard lessons. Fine, it's to be honored when it first comes up. Let that victim have her voice. Let her be heard. But where do we start to self-indulge? And where can we then say, oh, all right, have a little pity party. I'm going to rise up now. I'm going to figure out how to move through this. Many years ago, no, it was like 2-3 years ago, I was going through a really rough patch with my ex. And I was going for a walk and I was trying to navigate through it and trying to figure out how I was going to get through the really tough time we were in. And I paused and I suddenly got that moment of enlightenment, of realization of, I feel like I'm being prosecuted. I feel like I'm being persecuted is the word I'm looking for. Because it was relentless. He was on a mission and he was out to get me. In that window of time, from his own wounding, whatever his story was, my story was being triggered of being persecuted. But once I saw that, I could release that attachment and say, I'm not a victim. I can get through this. How do I empower myself? How do I grow from this? So I needed to honor the pain and the suffering in order for me to articulate and to witness what on earth that emotion was and what I was feeling. And from that moment, I could turn it around and say, I know what you are. I know where this wounding is. I know what this wounding is. Now I'm going to heal you, my love. And that began to change my relationship with my ex as well, because he couldn't trigger me anymore, because I saw each of those opportunities or situations as opportunities. I felt the woundedness, I felt the victimhood, but through that, I was able to turn it around and say, there's a tool I need. What is it? What do I need to do to feel empowered here? And this is what happens when we're in transition often. It brings up our fears, our securities. Because we're in transition, our footholds, our familiar footholds are not there, because we don't need them anymore, because we've outgrown them, because it's time for change. Another time in that period, I happened to be going for a walk around my neighborhood and I was really in the throngs of my victimhood, and I'm not saying it in a negative way, it's valid. But I was so afraid and so triggered, because it really triggered my survival mechanisms and how vulnerable I was feeling. And it just brought up this well of emotion. And I came across a man and a woman who were friends, but they were both divorced. And they were bonding over their toxic relationships, and they were bonding over the dysfunction that they each had in their relationship with their partners, their ex-partners. And it was a very serendipitous moment, because I was standing there in front of them saying, I'm just in crisis mode, I don't know what to do, and I'm asking for God for a resolution and how I can rise above this, how I can heal, and how I can move forwards. And they gave me this blank look, like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, their concept, it was beyond their realm of consciousness in that moment to say, you're here to teach me something. What can I learn? How can I heal this in order to release it? They still were in the throngs of the drama, and at that moment in time did not have a desire to step out of it. This is part of our human condition. If you are ready to step out of your drama and take control of your life, in the life transitions that you're in, reach out. I can support you. So much love. Bye for now.